Dry and clear tonight, but there will be some showers in southern coastal counties, lows of 1 to 5 degrees. And now you're up to date on News Talk.
Off the ball.
In association with Air. Watch every UEFA Champions League and Europa League game on the Air Sport Pack.
This is News Talk.
How's it going? You're welcome along to Thursdays Off the Ball. Nathan with you until 10 o'clock this evening. We got a busy show coming up. John Giles, as always, at 7:30, going to be looking back on Liverpool's demolition of Roma and also his reaction to Arsene Wenger leaving Arsenal. They are in action tonight, semi-final of the Europa League against Atletico Madrid. Updates throughout the evening. We're also going to talk to Leon McKenzie, former footballer with Norwich, with Crystal Palace. Scored against Manchester United in a famous win for Norwich at Carrow Road, 12, 13 years ago now. Terrible injury problems, really affected his mental health, attempted suicide at one stage when he was with Charlton, got himself back on track, ended up going to prison after basically trying to put his driving issues and his penalty points onto somebody else's licence, served 6 months in prison, comes back, turns to boxing, becomes a professional boxer, ends up fighting for a British title, and ultimately now is focusing on mental health for sports people and trying to get sports people to think about life after sports. So we're going to chat to him about that just after 8 o'clock. Stephanie Meadow is Ireland's leading professional female golfer. She burst onto the scene, finished third at the US Open in her first pro start almost 4 years ago now. She's had a lot of issues as well, has dropped down to the second tour where she won in the last couple of weeks. So we're going to talk to her about that between now and 9 o'clock as well. And on the football show, Keith Andrews is going to bring us behind the scenes at Burnley. Richie's here. How are you?
Nathan, you well?
I'm not too bad. Kev, how are you?
Brilliant.
You got the green and red on? I'm buzzing for May 13th.
Yeah. Do you know it's Mayo Day next Saturday, Nathan?
Is it?
I'm expecting a mention on next Saturday, week Saturday yet.
Your correct response there was it's Mayo Day every day.
Yeah.
Around here.
Well,
So, some people listening in would say, round here it is.
Yeah. That's probably true, yeah. That's probably true. Bear that in mind next Saturday when you're on air, Nathan, yeah.
Anything special planned for Mayo Day?
I don't even know where I am on that Saturday.
I think we should maybe do a Mayo Saturday panel in honour of Mayo Day.
I agree, yeah. That sounds great to me.
Some might say that's every Saturday panel.
We'll get 3 Mayo greats, and we have a Mayo great as a presenter. So we'll get 3 Mayo greats on, and we'll have a little propaganda war ahead of May 13th against Galway.
Yeah.
We'll set it up nicely.
That's just what this show is.
Yeah, in answer to your question, I'm looking forward to May 13th, yeah. I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
53106 is the text number, at Off the Ball on Twitter. We're live on all the regular social channels as well, Facebook, YouTube and Periscope. We're here with Air, the home of Air Sport. Get amazing live sporting content free with Air Broadband. You enjoying your tea?
I am, yes, why?
Well, you might remember last week I was bemoaning the fact that there's no peppermint tea.
Oh,
What have I got here before me in my fancy,
honest to God,
new Off the Ball mug?
Peppermint water.
Look at this. Look at this.
Not tea.
Who arrived in a little bit earlier today, but my good friends from Java Republic.
that is just blatant. That's
Are we
ridiculous.
allowed to get away with this?
We should not be allowed to get away with that, no.
You were on
honestly.
BBC.
Java
We've done
Republic,
for
who I
100
think
prominence.
supplied a coffee outside as well.
They do, yeah.
So we obviously pay them. They're not paying us. But he arrived over and said, heard you last Thursday, giving out that there's no peppermint tea. A full box of peppermint tea.
That's just outrageous. I'm on brand with me off the ball mug. You know, that's me.
Well, so am I. I'm on brand.
Yeah.
Java Republic and Off the Ball.
She can't keep doing that.
I know.
The sweetest taste possible. It's too hot now, though, is the only problem. Keeps your drink warm.
Does it?
By about 9:30, I'll be able to
That's
drink
the
my
point.
peppermint tea.
I've never drank peppermint tea, Nathan, and I won't be starting.
That's because
You've never drank peppermint tea.
You've got a point, Rich. You have got a point there.
Peppermint water.
Do you think it shows maybe the power that I have over Joe Malloy? Considering last night you were looking for a spice burger and no spice burger arrived in.
JP had to go on a run.
Did you get a spice
Yeah.
burger?
No, JP run up near Christchurch. What's the?
No, he went up to Roma 2. Did you go to Roma 2, JP, was it?
No, he didn't.
He went to Burdocks.
Yeah.
Up by Christchurch.
That's a mile.
Should have gone to Roma 2.
And did you get a spice burger?
No, we got Kenny some chips. That was all we got. No spice burger.
Where did you get a spice burger around here? I've never had one.
Roma 2.
I've never had one.
I've never had one.
No.
So do they
JP,
actually
can you go on a
exist?
run again?
Is it just like a bit of paprika or something on a burger?
No, it's like there's no meat in the thing.
What?
Yeah.
It's vegetarian.
Don't know if it's fully vegetarian. Someone's going to correct me. I've never had one, but as far as I know, it's not.
Is that right? Yeah.
Not just like paprika around a burger.
Well, Kenny was talking about eating them. I don't imagine Kenny eating a burger without meat in it. That's the thing.
He was a child. He didn't know any better.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
He's an adult. He probably still doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
2 nights in a row. Too much to talk about the spice burger?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right.
If we're going to get some in.
I think I think
clearly showed your prowess to get free stuff here. So.
I think it's too much. Too much.
I'm just saying.
Put it away.
Java Republic, Green tea.
Put that down.
Haven't even had it yet.
Disgraceful.
Kev's definitely forgotten to iron a shirt. The footballer GEA jersey is always the last resort of a lad who's lazy with his laundry from Garage.
Well, I'll tell you something now, right? I played golf this morning up at Luttrell Town, enjoyed it. Kenny and JP myself went to play golf.
That's a plug in itself.
I know it is, but it's good though. It's good.
Can I have some free stuff for something?
But no, so I had to wear the same top I wore yesterday to play golf today.
Why?
Because, well, that's because I'm wearing this shirt. It's telling you how much or how little clothes I have ironed and cleaned back in my apartment. So I'm struggling. So, yeah.
Wow. All right, Richie, what's happening in the real world?
Away from the world of peppermint tea and Mayo jerseys, Arsene Wenger takes charge of his final European home game with Arsenal this evening. Atletico Madrid are visiting the Emirates for the first leg of their Europa League semi-final. Arsenal start with David Ospina in goal, a back four of Aitor Bellerin, Shkodran Mustafi, Laurent Koscielny and Nacho Monreal. In midfield, it's Aaron Ramsey, Granit Xhaka and Jack Wilshere, with Danny Welbeck and Mesut Ozil in behind Alexandre Lacazette. For Atletico, Jan Oblak starts in goal for them. Shimi Vrsaljko starts at right full. Jose Maria Jimenez, Diego Godin and Lucas Hernandez are their back four. In midfield, it's Angel Correa, Saul Niguez, Thomas Partey and Koke, with Anton Griezmann partnered by Kevin Gamero. For Diego Costa is on the bench for Atleti. And even on his way out the door, Wenger has higher aspirations for tonight's game.
Yeah, it's a Champions League night, of course. At double level, first of all, because the Champions League position is at stake. More for us than for them, and secondly because the two teams, I think, are two clubs who are used to play in the Champions League. And that's why I believe, yes, it's a Champions League night.
Tonight's other game is at the Stade Velodrome, with Marseille playing host to a Salzburg side playing their first European semi-final since 1994. Both games kick off at 8:05.
Arsene Wenger building it up as a Champions League night on a Thursday.
I didn't quite get it when it...
Because the winners of this are going to be the overwhelming favourites.
Yeah, well, Atletico will qualify for the Champions League anyway through the league position, so this is all or nothing for Arsenal, isn't it, tonight? That's
same as United last year.
That's the way it's got to be. It is, yeah. And you know what Mourinho did, and Wenger has done it. I mean, you've been to watch Arsenal a few times in the last few weeks, and they've been so lucky, I feel, to get the results they've got over the last few weeks. They've been scoring goals late on in matches. With the teams have been playing, I don't think they've been at it, because it's all been saved for this tournament. So, yeah.
Do you like the look of that midfield of Xhaka, Wilshere, Ramsey?
Well, you can be got at. It's going to be interesting.
Atletico side?
I mean, Atletico, they have mixed up the systems, but I always feel when they're at the best, when they do go the solid four, solid midfield four in front of them, solid back four, solid midfield four in front of them. So, but they do play very narrow, so they could get overrun, maybe a 4 against 3. It's not necessarily playing with wingers in that side. Both Koke and Correa will come inside, so they'll try to overrun Ramsey, Wilshere and Xhaka with a 4-on-3. So we'll see how that one goes throughout the night, but it's... good footballers. Do I see they've got the sort of real physicality that Atletico midfield four have? No, I don't. So
8:05 kickoff?
Yeah, it is indeed. Elsewhere, Liverpool have requested an extraordinary meeting in Rome tomorrow to discuss the security measures ahead of next week's Champions League semi-final second leg. Dunboy man Sean Cox remains in a critical condition following an attack by Roma fans before Tuesday's match at Anfield. Liverpool are seeking to discuss the ongoing security concerns surrounding next Wednesday's game in the Italian capital. Meanwhile, lawyer Lorenzo Contucci is defending the two Roma fans accused of the attack and maintains their innocence, and instead blames what he calls terrible policing for the incident. Contucci told reporters today that, seeing as the serious error was made by the local police, if Roma are to be punished, then I think UEFA need also to look at Liverpool for the senseless approach, he says, to public order.
Do they have a point there? When you look at the video of what happened, there was little or no policing straight outside the stadium, that a gang of 20 men are allowed walk down and just attack at will?
Well, the thing is, what you look at, it would have to have been little pockets everywhere. So how do you police that sort of everywhere? You know, that's the thing. Of course, in an ideal world, you say, yeah, the policing should have been adequate and they should have had people in places. But I would imagine there'd have been pockets breaking out all over Liverpool, and that would have been the difficult thing to really sort of contain all that sort of trouble that was going to happen.
Dan Rowan made that point brilliantly. He has done repeatedly over the course of the last 72 hours or so, saying on the BBC, like, UEFA are shocked by this incident. And he goes, how can you be shocked by an incident that also occurred in 2007, 2011, 2002? And like, he goes back with a litany of incidents that just involve Roma fans.
Yeah. Well, when I was leaving the ground, it was good 45 minutes after the game. There was pockets even then, and it was you're leaving the ground, and even then there was only 2 police horses and one police lady that actually came to try to contain it. There was probably about 15, 20 Roma fans that were clashing with Liverpool fans. You'll probably know that the back end of the new stand up on Anfield Road, back down towards where the pub areas. I can't really explain. Back down away from Anfield on Anfield Road, there was pockets going off there, and there was three or four max police officers that came out to try to contain that, and that was how it was going off all evening. I would imagine little pockets everywhere. Yeah,
I assume we're going to hear from Merseyside Police over the coming weeks, and there's going to be those type of questions asked because, as Richie says, the Roma supporters arrive with a reputation of indiscriminate attacks against English football supporters. Now, maybe they operate in such a way that it's impossible, as you say, they just pop up when you're not expecting them. But even with this extraordinary meeting they're having in Rome, it's going to be the same issue in an even bigger city, whereby you can't have police officers everywhere. You'd have to think the advice to Liverpool supporters going over will be under no circumstances wear your jerseys.
If you were a Liverpool fan, if you were a Liverpool fan, Nathan, would you go over?
If I had a ticket, yes. Yeah, I think I would.
Would you engage in the similar fan activities?
No, I don't think I would. If I was going, I would head towards the main squares and the main areas of congregation with other Liverpool supporters and have a normal away trip and sing your songs and do all that.
Yeah, but then you could leave yourself isolated then, though, couldn't
you? That's what you're saying. You'd go off and would you go off and do your own thing and maybe just like?
I think you just go off and do your own thing.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's why you can leave yourself isolated, though. I actually heard it the other night. I heard Liverpool fans asking Roma fans, "Are you Italian?" or asking people, "Are you Italian?" that were around us. And one lad with a Scouse accent said, "No, lad." No, but I mean, in all joking aside, that they were, it was basically totally unprovoked. Yeah. A lot of the time, both sides that I would have heard.
Yeah, you'd just have to make a decision, and you're probably just hoping that you get lucky. Well, which is no way to be travelling to a football match.
No.
And even the
I wouldn't go.
What you would think would be the punishment that may come down upon Roma for this one won't be a stadium ban, but ultimately would have no effect because what you're looking for is better policing throughout the streets to ensure that this doesn't happen outside the ground.
Yeah.
A spice burger is basically a stuffing burger.
There you go.
To be precise, a spice burger is an Irish delicacy. Take some mince. So you said there was no meat in it?
Very little, I said.
Okay, take some mince, mix in some herbs, onions and spices.
Wait, hold on.
Covering in a unique crumb.
Go back. Back up the truck there.
What?
Mix in some what?
Some herbs.
No, you didn't.
Not a French accent.
He said herbs.
You said herbs.
Add herbs.
Like you're some American or something.
Onions, spices before covering in a unique crumb. Oh, is that the magic that nobody knows about? What the actual unique crumb is? Yeah. Okay. You can buy them deep fried and fresh in the chip shop or get them pre-cooked from the supermarket ready to reheat at home.
JP, if you don't mind. Go on a run. You don't have shin splints.
All right.
Hey, we're not Mike alone. After Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was ruled out for the season, Roma have injury worries of their own in midfield ahead of next week. Diego Perotti, who scored Roma's second goal from the spot on Tuesday, and Kevin Strootman are both suffering from injuries and will miss their game this Saturday with Chievo. Now to Punchestown, and Willie Mullins has stretched his lead over Gordon Elliott to over €400,000 in the race for champion trainer. Faugheen led from start to finish to win today's feature at Punchestown, the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers Hurdle. The Davy Mullins Mount led home a Mullins 1-2-3 with favourite Penhill in second and Shaneshill third at 33-1. It was the Carlow-based trainer's second win of the day following 12-1 chance Cadmium's victory in the handicap chase. Today's other Grade 1, the Ryanair Novice Chase, was won by odds-on favourite Footpad, and there were distressing scenes after the Latouche cross country, with Cantlow collapsing and dying shortly after completing the race en route back to the paddock.
Faugheen is back.
Unbelievable. Honestly, I heard someone mention it in the week, and I even listened to Richie after the race as well, the owner of Faugheen, saying not been in great form during the week, didn't have great confidence coming in, but what a performance. Unbelievable performance, come from nowhere, amazing. Surely
a successful ex-Premier League player can afford to pay the local laundrette to wash and iron a few shirts for him. Come on, Kev, in all fairness, says Mickey in Galway. Help out a local business, Kev.
Successful.
Spend a bit of money.
Is that right? Yeah.
In the local community. Really, there's only one business in the locality of Kevin's house that gets a lot of business. The Royal Oak and Kilmainham, those guys are raking it in. If only there was a laundrette on the way, he'd be laughing.
It's such honestly.
Right.
Honestly.
Luke McGrath is hoping to be in contention for next month's European Champions Cup final. The Leinster scrum half suffered an ankle injury in the quarter-final win over Saracens and missed last week's win over the Scarlets as a result. And speaking at the launch of the Ulster Bank League Awards to our own Will O'Callaghan, McGrath hopes to return to the field sooner rather than later.
You're no longer in the protected boot, which is good news. You're obviously getting a bit closer to fitness again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a kind of stop-start last probably the guts of probably 2.5 months. One with the knee and then now with the ankle, but progressing really well. The last few days have come on leaps and bounds, so shouldn't be too much longer. So look, very excited to get back. It's not easy being out for quite a while.
They were saying to us last week you were close enough, maybe coming towards the European semi-final, but it must have been a big frustration to have to watch it.
Absolutely, it was. I think when you play for so long, the competitor in you wants to play absolutely every single game, let alone the ones in the Aviva, semi-final of the European Cup. After last year, what happened in Claremont, you wanted to kind of play in that semi-final and right those wrongs, but the way the boys performed, watching, it was just an incredible game, and against such a good side like Scarlets, what they did to us, 12 months previous, it was brilliant.
Finally, Jack Guiney is unlikely to feature for Wexford in the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship. The Rathnure man has returned to his club, with Wexford coach Saoirse Bulfin saying that Guiney is managing a knee injury. Guiney only featured off the bench in the early stages of their league campaign, but did play in the Wexford Club Championship just last week. Wexford believed to be partaking in a warm weather training camp this week and begin their Leinster campaign against Dublin at Wexford Park on May the 20th.
All right, thanks for that, Richie. On the football show, we're going to be talking about Shahid Khan's bid to buy Wembley Stadium, the owner of Fulham and Jacksonville Jaguars, and what that means for English football. So Kev will be back for that and around for the evening as well, keeping us up to date on the Arsenal game, Richie as well. But a chance to enter our competition, because Carling, the official beer of the Premier League, is bringing you closer to the Premier League. And thanks to Carling, you could win tickets to a Premier League game of your choice next season for you and a friend, with return flights, accommodation and €250 spending money all included. For your chance to win, simply identify our mystery voice who says Kev Kilbane can be a bit clingy on nights out.
Just wouldn't leave off and stand next to you and just follow you everywhere.
Down the Royal Oak, yeah.
One more go.
Just wouldn't leave off and stand next to you and just follow you everywhere.
Bit harsh, Kevin. That's a bit harsh. Text your name and answer to 53106 for 30 cents and we'll announce the fourth of this year's finalists for that prize by the end of the show. Terms and conditions apply, and always remember to drink responsibly. Visit drinkaware.ie for more info. John Giles is up next.
Off the Ball on Newstalk.
In association with Air. Don't miss live and exclusive Premier League action this month on the Air Sport Pack.
Moncrief.
Somebody asked about why don't I like the word moist.